One take ending. Let's see if we still got it.
You jinxed it. You're not.
Did I?
You don't got it. I'm
No,
sorry.
I got it. Here we go.
All right.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Crowd Rare Pocket. It's been a while, but we're back and better than ever with the set A3 release for Celestial Guardians. I'm here with Royce. I'm Zen. What's up, guys? How you doing, Royce?
I'm proud of you. I really thought you were gonna fumble the bag on the intro because every time you say one take Andy, it's not one take.
But nah, man. I got the one take in my veins, bro.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're 4K away from 100,000 subs on your personal. So guys, if you haven't already subbed to the boy Zen, go sub, because my guy, help him get there. He needs help, but if you like this kind of content, my man is pumping it. So
I'm super close. It feels really good. But also, real quick, if you guys want to help yourselves, we have a code. We don't have a code. Pokemon Pocket has a code, and it's good until May 27th. It's 24 hourglasses and 500 tokens. We'll just have it on the screen right here for those of you that haven't heard of this code. There you go. You got the code. You go to the website, you type it in, you sync your account, you get 2 free packs.
Nice segue.
Yeah.
But perfect. If you want to help yourself, that's what you do. Beautiful. All right, so for this episode, what are we going to talk about, Zed? Hit me.
We're going to be talking about this, man. Oh, good. We're going to be doing the top 4 EX Pokemon from the new set that are just doing spectacular. We're going to talk about each of the cards, what the combos are. Not necessarily deck lists, because there are just so many. We can give you guys some resources in the comments, but what the cards do. And then we're going to talk about the 4 EX Pokemon that need love. Right, that we both think are pretty good, but just they haven't been piloted yet by any decent, dare I say, deck builders. So for the first one, let's start with Solgaleo. Let me get your opinions on Solgaleo EX.
Lion. The reason why it's so crazy is it chunks for just 2 energy, and with the emergence of Rare Candy, it's nuts,
free out
dude.
Here.
It's free. Like, you set up so quickly. Not like more often than not, the Pokemon, the EX mons that require some setup, just a little bit of setup, still have a small amount of HP. So in 2 turns, Solgaleo will knock it out. It's just too crazy out here. And I don't even remember what his ability was. All I remember is that strat is just.
It's the Rising Road. Its ability to just switch in. It's very easy to switch. So you could have something like, so what I like is there's so many different strategies. I've seen a bunch of Skarmory, and Skarmory is because of the Oricorio. I think we should probably also really quick talk about Oricorio.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a meta-changing card, but it forces deck builders to build decks. You can't just run EX. They play an Oricorio, you just lose. So a lot of the decks are running Skarmory to deal with that Oricorio, right? Okay. However, I've also seen things like Snorlax, 140 HP Regigigas, right? 140 HP, but like a 4 retreat cost, it sucks. But with this Pokemon's Rising Road, once you get it online,
you're gonna
pivot in, and now it's crazy, dude.
It's like, again, for only 2 energy, like it deals 120 damage and it only recoils 10.
Which is very abysmal. You throw on a cape and it's at 200. It's at
190 after 200, and its retreat cross is only 2, which is how much its attack, like the energy that's required for its attack. So like you have so many options available to you, but like what makes it even more broken is Rare Candy. Like, I think we can all agree, Rare Candy just made Stage 2 Pokemon.
For Rare Candy, bro.
Yeah, dude, same. Maybe we could talk about it later, but like Rare Candy is
we can talk about it now. The number 1 card of the set, Rare Candy.
Number 1 card. Number one card.
It's the number 1 card because it just activates so many older cards, so many older sets, Steam Zard, everything. Like, it's so good.
It brought life to a lot of old cards, but it's also going to be, I think, one of the only cards right now that is going to consistently be in every deck for every future packed releases. Whether it's just so because you know, the tools and stuff are game changers too, right? Like the helmet,
Guzma
you got your
exists, though.
helms. Yeah, Guzma does exist. That's very true. But it's just too cracked, dude. It's just too cracked. Like
I recently found out, thanks to shout out to CJ for recommending this, Aerodactyl counters rare candy, but in the official TCG it doesn't. So reading the compendium, I was like, oh, Aerodactyl won't do anything, but apparently if you have Aerodactyl on the bench and you knock out their active, and then they bring in their Pokemon that they can rare candy, they can't evolve it. They can't rare candy.
Evolve.
They can't do anything. So I won a ton of games with Aerodactyl, Rampardos, and the new Lycanroc.
Interesting. Oh God. Okay. We're gonna. This video is gonna be a massive documentary. If you need to stop bringing stuff up because there are other things. Okay. All right.
No, I was gonna say we'll only talk about EX Pokemon, but by only talking about EX Pokemon, we'll also casually talk about other cards.
Okay, I got you.
The main topic is EX Pokemon Solgaleo.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. But going back to the
Oricorio, yeah, sorry.
Yes, Oreo. Like I feel like it is kind of game changing because in the previous season, right? Decks like 2 Giratina, Mewtwo, and then 17 trainer cards were like ruining people's day.
Articuno, Palkia, I know what you mean.
So like this completely nullifies that. Like you can't.
To an extent, like if you're a good player and you're a little bit luckier, right? A Darkrai Giratina deck can still stomp this with enough heal and Darkrai's ability.
Yeah,
but that chip damage.
Yeah, that also requires you to get the heals for your opponents not to get heals or tools or anything. So like it requires a little more. So that's why I feel like
it forces you to like really understand the game.
Yeah.
Sabrina is very impactful there.
You have to plan for it. So like the fact that you have to plan for it to me just speaks to like its ability and its impact on the game. Right?
100%.
So that's my opinion of it. I'm not saying it's rare candy S tier.
It's literally the new Professor Pokeball in terms of any stage 2 is gonna run it now.
It has to
guarantee you're not gonna run it. You know?
Yeah, and like now everybody's doing you have your basic, you have 1 copy of the stage 1 and then 2 copies of stage 2 because you have 2 rare candies. So like
100%.
So like you're not actually giving up 2 spots in your deck. You're only giving up 1 because you're taking out 1 stage 1. It's like it's a cool time. It's a cool time for the game. Also, it shifts the meta from backline slow setup to ramping immediately.
You can run 2 stage 2s now and feel pretty consistent.
It's insane. So like by turn 3, you can have Steamzard up and running, ready to go,
and an Incineroar in the back, bro. No questions,
bro. Actually, now that you mentioned him, I'm glad you brought that up. The next EX we should talk about is Incineroar.
Yep, that's it. What do you think?
That brother is a problem. Like first of all,
go
first.
Keep going. No, I want to hear your opinion.
Dude,
go.
So like. I first of all, I love Incineroar. He was my my starter. He's one of the guys I made in Super Smash. He's just such a vibe. John Cena, they clothesline him. But the cool thing about him is they did justice to his card. It looks beautiful. Like especially the rainbow, the rainbow one where he's just like, it goes super hard. It goes super hard for no reason. But the reason why I hate this card so much, like hate as in like it's such a great card, is Litten does damage to itself, and then his one copy of there's a specific copy of the Litten that does damage to itself, and the other one just does straight damage.
I think it's the Moon pack. The Moon Litten does damage.
Does damage to itself? Okay, because I don't know which pack is which, but like I just know one of them does damage to itself. Pop Rare Candy. His first attack only requires 1 energy. You already have that anyways, and it burns. So which means it what is that? 20 damage per turn.
20 damage, and apparently if they flip heads, they get out of burn. I actually never knew that because my opponents have always kept hitting tails, so I thought it was just a continuous thing.
Yeah.
So I recently this set learned that if you're burned and you hit heads, you get out of burn. I was like, oh
yeah,
good to know.
So burn is massive. It's like a ×2 poison per turn. So like effectively this thing does 50 damage for the 1 energy. And then when you get to Scar Charge Smash, dude, that thing is cracked on it. Like it does so much damage for no reason. 140,
160 into Solgaleo.
You can make it 180. You can take its whole life out with red.
Like, I mean, it'll take itself out with 2 attacks.
That's true. That's
you
true.
Kind of just lock it out. If it attacks you first and then you hit him, they can't attack you unless they heal.
And no, like you have to plan for it. Like you can't let it set up early game. You can't let it like ramp up in the back because you're not good. There aren't too many people. Like I was gonna say, too many people who can knock it out. Who's gonna fight? This is like the 100 men versus a gorilla, 100 men versus Incineroar. There aren't too many people who can. I kept seeing people. There aren't too many Pokemon that can knock out 180. You know, one hit. So like, you
can't think of anything unless it's I mean it. So there is a couple strategies here.
Yeah.
Is if you have to heal out of it, so it's at 180, you don't damage it, right? That's if it didn't damage it, you can take it out. I've seen this situation. You don't hit the 180, you let them hit you first for 80, and if you're a stage 2, you heal something like Lily, you hit them for a ton of damage, 100 at least, or more, 140 or what. Let's say you're an Incineroar, right? Even if they heal the following turn, you knock them out the following turn. So like you just have to be careful. You have to understand what the cards do, and then just like, okay, when can I attack him so I don't give him that chip damage to just destroy my whole career?
Yeah. This is true. And also, like something like Gyarados to me like feels like it puts them in a tough spot to decide. Like especially at what point in the game, like if they're down, if me taking out this Incineroar means I win, like they're gonna have to plan around it because it's like how much does Gyarados do again? 140, 150?
140. It would be 160 into this.
160 into this.
So if you 160 with a Rocky helmet, they can't hit you back.
Or if you 160 with a red, it's over.
Yeah, true.
Like
you bring up something else, Gyarados. I think the reason all these stage 2s are very strong is because Gyarados was, what was it, 180 as a stage 1.
Yeah.
Rare Candy effectively turns all these stage 2s into a Gyarados meta, right?
Yeah,
they just quickly evolve straight into them.
But the crazy thing is Gyarados required so much energy, whereas things like Solgaleo only requires 2 energy, and by the time you set up a Gyarados, you would have hit. Like you would have made up for that damage that you're missing out from Gyarados. You know what I mean? Like you don't do as much damage, but you can get set up so early where you can do way more. You can catch up by the time you even set up a Gyarados. So like I feel like Rare Candy is shit. I really didn't think they would add it into the game because we're a 20 card deck. It's a very like it's like 20-30 turns. Like it's a very small game, but now it effectively ramped it up. So like it's just a vibe. And Incineroar to me is just a great card. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's amazing. I think it's super strong. I think it's going to be in the top meta. I love how the pre-evolutions of Torcat and Litten, synergize with Incineroar's move that does insane damage. I think it's in a really good spot. I think they knew exactly what they were doing with Incineroar, considering Incineroar dominates every game. VGC.
Rightfully
what do you
so.
say?
Super Smash, baby.
Every game it's in, it's always really strong and very good. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, he's a big one. So what do you got next? What would you say is that like the next best, another good EX mod to come out?
Probably
of this?
The second starter they gave us, which is Decadui.
Decadui.
Decidueye, guys, calm down. But I think this is so good with the ability to snipe. Essentially, you can technically splash Decidueye into any deck because it just can bench snipe as long as you deal damage to them. So think of it this way: Spiritomb Darkrai, Decidueye. You can just Spiritomb them. Everybody has 10. You could give your energy to Darkrai if you want, or you can give it to your Decidueye, full darkness energy. And now, when you want, just swipe, bring it in 100 on the bench, 100 on the bench. You could Pokeflute with this, right? I don't know. I think it's this with a Greninja and Pokeflute has kind of been my spicy go-to. But I like it.
Like it being colorless, 100, like it's basically taking out the need for a Cyrus. You can just you ran to the bench, bet bop, just
Yeah.
100 damage
they do
on it.
need
It's-
damage on them though, so that is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
caveat.
Yeah, but again, it's other attack Razor Leaf. Like if you're not running it on a multi-type
Darkness
deck,
deck.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like on a darkness deck, like 80 damage is still pretty solid for 2 energy. And with rare candy, it only requires 1 to retreat. I don't know why this little owl has 170 HP. Like how are you almost
Stage 2.
so you're not
All
as
the
thick
stage
as
2s
Venu?
are yeah, well he's not. But also check this out, the new Leaf Cape, bro. Who thought that was a good idea? That's 200 HP on the Decadui.
Like we're like the love for water and grass is just insane.
Yo,
Like-
I hope we get like an aquatic cape, a flame cape,
yeah.
a toxic cape. I bet we better be getting that. 30 HP on each of those. Could you
know,
imagine?
No, I don't want to imagine. I don't. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so annoying. No, it's not that bad because, like you mentioned earlier, Gizmo exists. Guzma.
Guzma, yeah.
Cusco's
Gizmo
poison.
is crazy.
Cusco's poison. Yeah, no, with Guzma. Wait.
Guzma, you're right.
Guzma. Okay.
Sorry,
I got into a loop. With Guzma, it like effectively, like I feel like we should be running at least 1 copy, because
Of Guzma?
that's my favorite way to knock out someone. By the way, like
Well, it also helps with the almost #1 deck, the Scar Galeo, the Skarmory Soul Galeo. A lot of decks, if they're running Leaf Cape, you just have to time it properly because it gets rid of every single tool. So if they're hoping to survive, my favorite thing is like, if they're surviving off of a tool, that tool's extra damage, I just remove the tool and I let them knock themselves out.
it's the best way to win.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no, it really is.
I played a match where someone had a double cape and they retreated their Pokemon because it was dying and obviously had 20 HP. They brought out their next Pokemon, I think it was Manaphy or something. I chipped it down to like 10, and then on my turn, I just popped Guzma, and knocked out 2 of them. I only needed 1 point, but I was like, yo, let me just flex a little. But is that BM? I don't know, maybe a little bit, but I was here for it. It was great. It was great. Do you have any honorable mentions for some of the top cards?
Well, one more for Decadui. I just want to talk about some other like splash cards that help out. So Spiritomb, we talked about that. The new Lurantis, I think, is really cool. 20 damage on every single Pokemon on your opponent's side is like for 1 energy. So
For 1
good.
energy, it's stupid. It's
So good. So I think splashing that with Decidueye is really good.
I agree.
And then you said one more EX
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Let's just
you
go with
got
the other legendary. The Lunala EX.
Loons, my first crown of this pack.
This man-
Loons is
Congrats.
my second one was the following day it was Solgaleo. Anyway,
You
so we'll
literally
do-
got both of them?
I got both. I got 1 crown for each.
This man, were they free packs or what? Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So the first one was a 10-pack pull with the hourglass I had, and the one I pulled yesterday that I sent you guys was a free pack.
Must be nice.
Yo,
Hopefully I get that today. We'll see.
No-
I got a God pack, bro.
another one?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find the
This-
God pack so I could share it with you. I don't think you've
I know-
seen this God pack.
I know I don't-
posted it on. What's up?
I know I don't have the right to be upset with me sitting here with my 2
You're
crown
not going to be
rares.
upset once you see the God pack. I posted it on Twitter, and over 300,000 impressions and a lot of comments like, "This ain't a God pack. This is a dog pack." I just sent it to you. What do you think?
Wait, hold up. What'd you send it on? I don't see it.
Oh, I sent it to the wrong person. Oops.
Your mom answers her phone. She's like, "What the heck?"
You see it?
Yeah, just delete the game, bro. Just start a new account.
Everyone was like, "Yo, the comments are great," and I knew if I was like excited for it, other people would be like, "Nah, dude, let me rain on your parade. This is garbage, right?" So I didn't want to start it off as a tweet like, "Oh, this is a dog pack." I was like, "Oh my god, check out my God pack!" And like 100 people just like stomping on me like, "No." No.
So
I'm
the,
so sorry for
So
your
the thing
loss.
is, at least you got a God pack. Like we should be grateful for that. Yeah,
No,
the cards,
for sure, but
the
the
cards
shinies, man.
the cards could have been better for sure. I admit.
Let's
I
segue
admit-
real quick. Let's
Yeah.
segue and talk about the shiny pull rates in
Okay.
this set that I know a lot of people are not happy about, including myself. I mean, two camps. As a player who's been playing since the first set, this is annoying, right?
Okay.
Getting two discolored Machops in a Jigglypuff, yay, and then two farts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, that's my God pack.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it kind of
no.
stinks. If you're a new player, though, this is kind of great because now they're giving you really good cards from the previous set that you don't have to open.
And I don't think it should be in a God pack though. Like,
Yeah, no,
Why-
I agree. And also, why so
like-
many shinies, bro?
why? Like, it shouldn't have been the basic shiny. It shouldn't have been the full arts. Unless it's like the rainbow border or whatever. Like, it shouldn't have been these cards.
They're just
I-
throwing it in to fluff up the sets, and I wish they wouldn't do that.
Hey, listen, we take what we can get.
Yeah.
But goddamn, if there was another God pack out there, I would have taken anything else. Because good lord, this would suck. I remember someone for the last pack, they were like, "Oh, I got a God pack," and they photoshopped 5 of those Wigglytuffs with like the wide eye, like the stare and stuff, and I was like, "Yo."
That's like the slowpoke one I saw. That was miserable, man. Man.
Yeah.
All
no.
right. So that's enough of that segue. Let's go back into Lunala EX. I think this is actually a super slept on. EX doesn't need more love. I think it's strong. It's not the top 4 EXs that need more love. It's really good with transferring energy, and unfortunately, I love playing this with Giratina, both Giratinas, not the dragon type Giratina, the Giratina EX and the regular baby Giratina from Space Time Smackdown, because that helps you. That one knocks out Oricorios if they play for 70. And then the Giratina EX ramps, and by turn 2, you just rare candy if you're going second,
Yeah.
add your energy, and you're
then
good to go.
You're good to go.
That's it.
It's cracked. There's like so many like viable options that you can play with. Mewtwo, Giratina. I'm trying to figure it out with Golurk, because Golurk is funny to me.
Why is Golurk your favorite, bro? Since
I
set
love-
1, you're just a
I-
Golurk.
I
People in
love
chat are gonna
chaos.
love you now.
I love chaos, guys. One of my favorite cards to run is Dragonite.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
and so
speaking of Dragonite, well, never mind. We'll talk about that one later.
we might get to it later. But I know what you were getting at. But anyways,
Yeah.
Golurk, it's just so much chaos for just 2 coin flips, and it does 200 damage. It's like if I get 2 heads, it's just nothing lives. Everything dies, and he has a good amount of HP.
How many coin flips does it do?
2 coin flips, 100 damage for each head.
That's so little, though. The coin flips. I need like 4, you know? Imagine if we get a
100
Pokemon that says double your coin flips.
So imagine if it was for psychics or for just any types, I would run
Any
Golurk.
types.
I would run that, Golurk, and Lunala. Bro, are you crazy? Like,
Yeah, no, you're right. That would,
it would be too broken.
Game-changing.
And then Celebi would come back, and I would cry. I'm good. I'm okay. But
I'm bringing Celebi back now. What are you talking about?
yeah, please
Serena Celebi EX?
don't. No, please don't.
I'm not
Serena.
going to tournament with it. What are you talking about?
Wait, what? Say that again.
I'm gonna try to this next upcoming week. I'm gonna enter tournaments with Serena and Celebi. Bring it back.
Okay.
Serena just needs
interesting.
1 energy, and Celebi can take the rest.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what we're going into.
Okay. But yeah, no, Lunala is a great card. You can run it with anything. And
Its ability is really interesting. You could also ramp anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be a psychic energy. Psychic Pokemon.
Psychic Pokemon, yeah.
You could do Reggie Gigas,
Yeah, because
Giratina, and Lunala. That might be something I test.
yeah, like it. I think the only requirement is that you take the energy from a psychic, but you can transfer it to anything. So if you transfer it to the Reggie's gonna die with that energy, because you can't transfer it from the Reggie, right? Is that what it says? Am I misinterpreting?
Yeah, you're right. But it'd be like a late game kind of thing.
Yeah, it'd be
It
an
doesn't
end-
have to die with the other card, Ilima. It
Yeah.
takes damage, and when you're
Yeah.
ready, you can just retreat it. Maybe
Yeah.
even run it with something like hold up, wait a minute now.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Lunala,
Yatara was finished.
Dusknoir, and Reggie Gigas.
Yeah,
And
see,
Giratina, it's too much. But anyway, listen,
see
I'll
the-
make it work.
See, the thing is, like, it doesn't need to be endgame with because by the time Reggie goes down, it'll have been 2-3 turns. You'll have 3 energy back to disperse and spread the wealth to whoever you want to again anyways. So it's not endgame. Reggie Gigas does a lot of damage. So
Dude, I love that card. Every season, people are like, "Why do you keep trying to play Regigigas?" I'm like, "Cause I like to have fun." What do you mean?
Yo, you know what card I'm running that you were like dead set on making work and like
Luxray.
Luxray.
I knew it. Oricorio Luxray.
Not even. Just a straight Pachi, Luxray, and Pika. But I might swap out the Pika for the Oricorio.
Yeah, throw the Oricorio in. It's so
like-
good. I actually ran it. So in a best of one tournament, Luxray Oricorio core ended in top 3 in 2 separate tournaments.
Dude.
Yeah. It's in a best of one. It just catches people off guard, dude.
It's 120 to the bench is filthy work.
Is 120 or 110? I forget.
I think it's 120. Yeah,
probably.
But regardless, whatever is crazy work. Plus
really
Volkner, that means you can, if you have 2 Volkners, you can do 120 back to back turns, and just if you lose your Luxray, guess what? You lost a Pokemon that only gave up 1 prize point. And guess what, enemies? Like, I got another bench. I got Oricorio, and while I pop off with Oricorio, the only downside is Oricorio requires 2 energy, but whatever. It works.
Yeah.
It works. I was enjoying the deck. I was running with the good old Pachi, but unfortunately Pachi isn't like Manaphy with the 2 energy. Like, it doesn't give energy to 2 Pokemon. If it did, cracked.
100%.
But,
No, I agree.
But yeah, no. So yeah, Loons. I agree. Loons is a pretty solid card. Looney. Yeah. Looney is a pretty solid card. But I like, compared to its counterpart, it doesn't hold a candle. Like, Solgaleo is just way too offensive. So yeah, I think the only thing that holds Lunala back is the fact that it needs, like, you're using it for its ability to disperse or spread out energy, so you require your other Pokemon to be set up. Like, if you brick up sus and don't draw your Reggie or your whatever, your Pokeballs or whatever, like, you're kind of screwed, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, 100%.
but yeah, so
No, I agree 100%. Now let's talk about the top 4 EX Pokemon that I think could use some love. Starting with the Crab, Abominable, the 3rd starter Pokemon, the water type starter apparently of the set, because they just said FU Primarina.
yeah.
I love this card, but it's good and it's annoying because I haven't found the proper deck. It's like a better Executor, and I love playing Executor. It's so fast and aggressive, but like, I'll go 6 wins and they're phenomenal. And then the loss is so bad because I brick so bad, and it makes me never want to play this deck again. So I'm still trying to figure out the deck, but what do you think about this card? I just think it's super fast and strong.
I think the scary thing about it is the 3 energy retreat. But it's like you said, it's a better Executor. Like, you're basically always getting tails. Like, if you were Executor, you get tails first turn, but then heads infinitely.
Yeah,
Pretty so much. Like, it's
80 on 80 on 80 is so good.
It's just cracked. So like,
yeah.
Sorry, what I was gonna say real quick was, by the time you attack a second time, you'll have dealt a total of like 120. You know what I mean? So like, and for just 1 energy is insane. So
yeah, it's super strong. But the problem with it is, I realized while playing, because I took it into my first tournament. The thing is, it deals more damage. You deal that 120 if it attacks the next turn. And with the 1 energy, you're thinking, oh, maybe it's a good idea to put something on my bench so I can retreat. However, if they Sabrina you never do that 120. You're doing back to 40. So you have to be very cautious. So I found the best way to play this is by itself on the active spot, and then you keep giving it energy until it has that 3 to retreat, and then you play something else on the bench.
Okay.
So that way, if they Sabrina, doesn't matter, you can pivot back in, keep doing it, and then when you need to, you could just pivot out, and you have another maybe Crab or something else, right?
Got you. Okay.
There's a way to play it.
Okay. But yeah, like, I've never felt crazy threatened by it, but I feel like it's not gonna have the same impact as Starmie did in set 1. Because we have way more cards now. But like, the fact that its retreat cost is so high.
This was Starmie, bro.
Oh,
you
did
just
I
cook?
I got you, bro. Was that one of the shinies in your dog pack, god pack?
No, not that dog pack, bro.
we had to shout it out. But yeah, so I feel like it won't have the same impact, but it's still very very annoying. Like I ran up against one the other day and I was like, okay, cool. All right then. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. On that note, unless you have anything else to add, I'm
not appreciating the slander on my crab.
on your
You're right, though. Yeah, words, right? Phrases. Moving on. Alolan Raichu.
Yeah, Alolan Raichu is definitely one. But before we even get to Alolan, I'm gonna talk about my boy. Oh. When this game came out, I saw this Pokemon and I was like, yo, I need this guy. Yeah. Passimian, dude. Passimian would have been an excellent, like, this card would have been a great non-EX. Like, his Seismic Toss didn't even need to do 60. It could do, like, 30 for all I care.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think the ability is pretty strong.
It's strong. But on an EX, it's garbage because you're giving up 2 prize points for, like, extra energy.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is garbage. I think it depends on how you build it.
Let me rephrase. Like, I actually ran this with Golem. So, like, that way I... like the defensive one, and I was doing really well, but then there are points where, like, if I go up against something I'm weak against, like, it's a little scary, but like the fact that you back yourself into a corner early with just giving up 2 prize points, it's a balls to the wall thing. Like, you have to lead with it. Yeah, you have to lead with it, and you have to have an aggressive deck. You cannot have defensive cards in this aggressive deck, so you can't, like, waste time. Like, it has to be just go off rip. It's just my experience with it, but like you're the pro, so you tell me.
I think it's really good for colorless energy attackers, which actually ties into the next 2 EX Pokemon that are on the list of needs more love. The Alolan Raichu, which we were talking about, and then something else. But yeah, I think it's very good if you lead with it and they knock you out, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I already uploaded a video on my channel, Super Spicy Cook. It was Passimian, it was Alolan Raichu, and it was Drampa. Because the Drampa does 70 damage to an Oricorio, so you're just like, all right, we'll switch out. That's fine. Right? As long as you have damage on you already. But maybe that's not good. Maybe I should have something else like Snorlax or I don't know. Anyway, the point is, this guy goes down. The following turn, your Alolan Raichu's online and typically can just one-shot anything outside of Oricorio, right? Because Raichu, let's pivot back to Raichu real quick.
Yeah.
Deals, what is that, 60 damage, I believe?
For
and then plus 30 for every single energy your opponent has. I think that's pretty strong. It's able to move around. It's pretty flexible. Retreats for 1. The energy acceleration is made easier with Passimian, but you could also use things like Pachirisu and stuff like that. And its max damage output, this thing one-shots Steamzard after they stoke. Yeah, stoke. Go ahead, bud. Stoke. Go ahead and stoke right now.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Alolan Raichu comes in and just stomps him.
Yeah. It's Alolan is. So why would you say it needs more love?
No one's playing it. No one likes it.
Oh, so it just needs more awareness.
Yeah, no more awareness. Day 1, I said I think this is a very strong EX Pokemon card.
Right.
But no one's playing it.
I think the scary thing about this is if you go up against a Solgaleo that requires only 2 energy, it's a little bit of a scary thing because he can dish out 120 and only take 10.
We're dishing out 120 back.
You're dishing out 120 back? How are you dishing out 120?
60 and then the 2
energy. Yeah, true. The 2 energy. Yeah, the 2 energy, 120 back.
140. But also it's a lightning Pokemon, so if you have something like Oricorio, you can just pick, like, I think even though it's a colorless attacker, I think it's probably going to be strongest in a lightning deck. I think that just makes the most sense. Yeah, I think it'll suffer into like Rampardos decks, but maybe there's something for that I'm not thinking of right now.
Yeah. I think its only struggle might be against low energy, or tanky low energy mons, like you mentioned. But I like this card. I haven't tried it yet because I actually haven't pulled a single one somehow. But like it seems like a good card, and now I'm gonna do a 10-pack pull after this, and hope to God that I pull. What pack is it in actually?
I'm gonna be doing one too later today. Not today of when this video goes live, but still.
But
All right.
yeah.
You
So
ready
what?
to talk about your favorite, or what I think is probably your favorite because of the chaos?
Okay, go on.
Introducing Serena. No, I'm just kidding. Rayquaza EX. This
I had
thing. What do you think?
I had hope for it, but
You
no,
don't think it's good,
nah.
bro? Passimian.
So I get that, but I would still prefer Dragonite, especially with rare candy now. But not that I would ever run it with rare candy because it requires so much energy. I wouldn't really need the rare candy as badly as I would. But
What if you brick on the energy zone, bro?
yeah, but you're missing out on 40 because it does 40 for it disperses 40 throughout, right?
Yeah.
And my first time using it, it did the full damage on the active Pokemon, and I was like, damn. It was like a Litten or something with like no HP. It was like a Magikarp basically, and like it did all of it on one Pokemon. Yeah, so that's why I was like, nah, I gotta stick to mine. This is what happens when I abandon my boy Dragonite. But no, the reason why I kind of don't vibe with it was that. And the positive to Dragonite is the only downside is me bricking on the energies. But aside from that, I have access to Irida, which you can do with Rayquaza, obviously, because it's just what, 4 colorless.
Yeah. I think it has access to something else better than Irida that Dragonite doesn't have that a lot of people might be sleeping on. And I
Okay.
was too before yesterday.
Hit me. What is it?
Ilima.
Wait, what? Who?
Ilima. If you have damage on your Rayquaza, you can just bounce it right back to your hand. And now you're probably thinking, but what about ramping? Well, we got cards like Delcatty in the set that for 1 energy can ramp a colorless energy to your bench Pokemon.
Okay.
And then
okay.
guess what? You ramp your Rayquaza back again, use your second Ilima on your Delcatty. They still don't have a single prize point.
This is true.
And you've put on like 400 damage on the board, bro.
This is
You
true.
know?
This is
Ilima
true.
is crazy with Rayquaza and Delcatty. In fact, hopefully I get a video out before this pod goes up. That way no one takes this spicy concept.
I'll wait for you to upload your deck for your
you're
vid
good.
first. Nah, you're good. I don't need you to wait. I'll post it right after this, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of I actually didn't even remember that because we got so many cards, like support cards to set.
Ilima is super strong for colorless. It is a huge. Arceus is better now, right? They get a
Yeah.
Solgaleo online. They hit your Arceus. Okay, you just retreat, bring it back out, and now both Crobats hit the Solgaleo like it's
Dude.
nothing.
I need to pull up the list of cards because there were like some cards that I was like, yo, this is random, but like also kind of worked. Like there was the fire dude, but he's like basically like
Yeah, you know what? I'll do the same. Let's talk about. I know I said we could talk about them in another video, but I just want to talk about them now. The other cards.
Hey, look at you guys. You guys are getting so much out of
Extra
this.
spicy content.
Extra
you go
spicy.
first. You find something, and I'll find something.
Okay, so what are we finding? What's the mission?
Whatever
right
card that you wanted to talk about. I'll go first. The
Okay.
purple Oricorio. I think purple Corio. You got that pulled up? Is so good. It is insane. Its Spiteful Dance is essentially a Marshadow for 1 energy and 20 less damage.
now? Okay,
If
so
your Pokemon dies, it comes in and deals 80. It's so good.
it's a much better Marshadow.
It's so
Only
good.
for 1 energy. Wait, how much
Only
HP does
for one-
How much does Marshy have?
HP is 80.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's
10
still
less HP, and yeah, this is better. I like it in the new Psychic Toolbox deck, and also Mimikyu deck, but I'll talk about that in a future video.
Okay.
So little spice
Okay.
that we're working on.
okay.
I think this is a good card, and the Banette. Have you read that one?
Banati. No, I have not.
Go check it out real quick. See how
okay.
stupid this is.
All right, Banette, 90 HP, Nightbind. For 1 energy, you deal 30 damage. The effect: during your opponent's next turn, they can't take any energy from their energy zone in it.
So you can lock them out, bro. So check this out. Let's
to their
pretend they have a
active
Venusaur.
Pokemon. So okay. I see.
There's a Venusaur on the bench that has 2 energy. You Sabrina them, they come in, and you hit them. Venusaur retreats for 3 energy. They can never leave. They can never leave. They can never give the energy to their active, and you just got free 2 points for 1 energy.
You're actually evil
I'm
person.
a criminal. Like
You're-
with that concept, but
If
also
you-
TRG.
I
If
know
you can
TCG.
remove the energy required for that Pokemon to retreat, that is a free point for you.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's TRG? You
Team
lost me.
Rocket
at
Grunt. Let's pretend you're fighting a Pokemon that
Oh.
retreats for 2, right? And they have 2 energy on. If you hit TRG and it removes at least 1,
It's
they
over.
can never remove that EX and you guarantee 2 points. And then you run something like that purple Choreo in the back. By the time they bring something else in to knock you out, you almost win the game, right? With a Sabrina or something.
Yeah, unless they have Leaf, but like, let's just pretend
Yeah,
for the sake.
let's pretend they don't have lead.
Yeah, let's pretend for argument's sake that they don't. This is actually annoying, and it's only one. It's only a stage 1. That's crazy. Okay. So, the card I wanted to talk about that I felt like was kind of something that I kind of shrugged off at first because I was like, oh, cool effect, whatever. But then it didn't click to me. Poison Barb. The reason why I love this card so much is I tried it with Scolipede. Yeah. And the cool thing about Scolipede is you only give up 1 prize point. You do the same like that what is it called? The toxic whatever his attack is.
Yeah.
Like Quagsire, Clodsire has the same thing and Muck has the same thing.
EX. Yo, I
It's
like that. I
not
like that. That's so good, bro.
It's not an EX. It only requires 2 energy, and you only give a 1. Yeah, so not an EX, and it's like 2 to retreat, whereas all of those other guys I think it's 3 or more, right? But they do this.
today.
I got you, bro. Let me put you on game, and then I paired it. I paired it with the wheezing coughing.
That's what I was
as my
thinking,
lead.
bro. The wheezing and Koga just to bounce when you're
just
ready.
just a bounce, and then if they try to attack, I have 140 HP, bro. Good luck with that. And then if you knock it out, cool. You got 1 point. Chances are you didn't get a point off me with the Koga. I like more often than not I bounce him out. So you got 1 point. I'll probably have set up another Scolipede. Also, rare candy into Scolipede. Fantastic. It just this set was great for that. I was running it on I was testing it with the challenges, whatever. I was doing it on things that I was weak against that I just murked. Like they just the poison was just it was just too annoying to deal with.
So good.
So
I think I would run it with a full bounce deck, to be honest. I'd run
A
Ilima,
bounced?
Koga,
Okay.
Weezing, Regigigas, and the Scolipede line.
You would throw Regigigas in there.
Yeah, more HP
Oh.
and damage, and it retreats. The other ones only need 2 energy and 1 energy. I could fill the rest for Regigigas as a late game finisher.
True. I honestly, I'm telling you, give it a shot. Like
I am today.
Try test it out with just Weezing Skull,
Yeah.
and just you'll see Poison Barb is just exclusively a Scolipede thing, and then I also have Cape sometimes, or I alternate between Cape and Rocky Helmet, depending on how I feel, and I slap those on to Weezing, or the 2 coughing 1 Weezing, right? And it's just chaos, dude. I love it. So I feel like this card is kind of slept on. For Scolipede. I initially ran this with Clodsire, but losing 2 points is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It effectively I phased out Giraffai because I didn't like setting it up. It was annoying.
Coin flips to never hit.
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah, very Giraffai annoying. So yeah, no, I think Poison Barb is one of those where I was like, yo, this is kind of lit. This is actually kind of sick.
And here, I think I only have one more that I really, I guess, want to talk about,
Okay.
and that would be Primarina,
Oh my god, I think
the
it's so annoying.
non-EX. Melodious Healing. Once during your turn, you may heal 30 damage from each of your water Pokemon.
30
I'm gonna do this again since we're recording so early, and by the time this pod will go up, I'll probably already have that video out there. But Blastoise, Primarina, double rare candies. Big man Blastoise with Iridas in your deck as well. You see what I'm saying here? You're gonna have a hard time knocking out my Blastoise, and he's gonna be able to hit 160 every turn. Big man Blastoise is about to be on top with Primarina. And then even if they have Oricorio, you bring in this guy, you hit them for 60, they hit you for 70 because of the weakness. Doesn't matter. You're still healing the following turn and knocking them out.
I hate this card because it's a better Butterfree. Butterfree had Butterfree was stage 2, had healing, but it was only 20. That said, I actually went back and tried to revamp my Butterfree Execute deck with and include a rare candy in it. Dude, it's so much more consistent because I don't have to hunt for the Metapod early. So it's just great. But I do not like Primarina, bro. It requires less energy, does I think almost as much damage, has a crazy amount of HP. The retreat is a beautiful cost. Like, it's not fun. I hate it.
It's so good. No one's playing it though. No one's playing this card because it's not an EX. So I'm just trying to give it,
some life, some
exactly.
juice.
What I do here,
No, like yeah. I don't know. It's just not fun. Do you got any other cards that you feel like are
that's it for me, at least for this episode. And then that's gonna be it for me. And if you guys want us to talk about specific concepts or cards, or talk about specific attributes of the game, let us know in the comments. What about you, Royce? What do you think?
I got nothing. We'll talk. I have one more, but I feel like this video has been long enough, so
it's okay. We can go as long as we want to, but if we want to wrap it up here, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. The podcast is back, baby. We probably should have addressed it at the start. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Adios.
Peace.